Hey yo, what's good, folks? It's your boy reporting live from the 90s. We already hit y'all with the heavyweights, but you know PlayStation was more than just big names. It also had that vibe, yo. This is for the games that made your living room feel like an arcade, your room feel like a skate park, and your weekend feel like it was never long enough. These games had personality. They also brought undeniable color, energy, and that one more try feeling that had you up way past your bedtime, ignoring your homework because you were locked in trying to land that combo or beat that level your cousin said you couldn't. Part 2 is about the culture, the titles that kept the momentum of keeping the PlayStation fun. They made you laugh, made you rage, and made you want to get better, and turned your PlayStation 1 into the spot to be. We breaking it down piece by piece, so let's play.
It's time to bail! But I think it's too late!
Tony Hawk's Pure Skater 1 was pure freedom. You fire it up, and that punk rock soundtrack hits, and you're instantly in that zone, grinding rails, hitting kick flips, wiping out, laughing, and getting hella frustrated. This game made you feel like you could skate even if you couldn't ollie in real life. It was fast and fun in a way that just clicked the second you picked up the controller. The level design was clean, letting you find lines and hitting gaps while you racked up points trying to keep your combo alive for that last second before the timer hit. The roster was stacked with legends like Tony Hawk, Bob Burnquist, Chad Muska, Kareem Campbell. I mean, these names made you want to look them up in real life and see if they were really landing these tricks. And the music, man, that changed everything. From Dead Kennedys to Goldfinger, these tracks became the soundtrack to your weekend, stuck in your head while you were at school waiting to get back to the sticks. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 made skating a lifestyle, turning living rooms everywhere into a personal skate park and creating memories that still stick every time one of those songs pop up. Castlevania Symphony of the Night was that hidden gem for the PS1 heads who wanted something deeper, something you could really sink into. This wasn't just a run to the right and kill everything kind of game. This was about exploration, atmosphere, and style. You played as Alucard, rolling through Dracula's castle, moving smooth, unlocking new abilities, and transforming into Mist or a bat to get into hidden areas, and stacking up weapons and relics that made you feel stronger with every step.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
It wasn't holding your damn hand either. Man, I'm telling you, you had to figure it out and backtrack to places that didn't even seem important at first. The art direction was beautiful, mixing gothic vibes with bright, detailed sprites that made everything pop. And when you thought you finished it, you straight up played yourself. That inverted castle twist flipped your whole brain, giving you a second castle to conquer and letting you know this game wasn't done yet. That was diabolical. It wasn't the loudest game on PS1, but the people who played it knew. It became one of those games you tell your homies about. Castlevania Symphony of the Night brought depth, style, and replayability to the PlayStation in a way few games could, earning its place as one of the most respected titles in gaming history, even spawning its own genre.
You gotta do what?
I gotta believe!
Alright, yo. Some games are just near and dear to people, no matter what. And Parappa The Rapper was different. You fire this up, and it wasn't about fighting, racing, or saving the world. It was about rhythm, style, and fun.
Step on the brakes. Step on the brakes. Step on the step brakes.
Now, hey, you sure know how to drive, man. I have nothing else to teach you no more.
The game had you pressing buttons to the beat, rapping along with a paper-thin dog trying to win over his crush and get through life's little missions, from getting your license to baking a cake.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl. Mix the flour into the bowl.
You don't need me. I'll just turn the TV off and rest.
And let's be real, kick, punch, it's all in the mind. It's burned into your memory if you touch this game even once.
Punch, it's all in the mind. If you wanna test me, until you find
The art style was bright, colorful, and unique, with 2D characters moving around in a 3D world, feeling like you were inside a cartoon. It was a vibe that was pure 90s energy, quirky and fun in a way that made you smile even when you messed up a line and flopped the whole level.
Come on, let's do it all over again. All together now.
Are you serious? Man.
But it wasn't just jokes. The timing was real, and you had to lock in to get those cool ratings, learning to freestyle over the beat to hit those perfect lines and earn your place at the top. It brought hip-hop and gaming together in a clear way that nobody expected. Parappa became a PlayStation mascot for a reason, popping up in commercials and showing that PlayStation wasn't afraid to be different, to be fun, to bring music and gaming together in a way that was creative and memorable.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2 were the games that made your PS1 feel alive. That orange marsupial with the wild eyes and sneakers became the face of the PlayStation before you even realized it, pulling up with that spin attack and platforming that made you sweat trying to hit those jumps perfectly. The first Crash Bandicoot was raw. It taught you how to time your jumps, smash crates, collect wumba fruit, and run from giant boulders and all that ish. The jungle levels, the bridge stages, and all that made you rage. The boss fights felt huge for the time. It was one of those games you'd keep playing even after getting stuck because you just needed to beat it. Then, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, pulled up and leveled it up.
Crystals. Of course.
The controls felt tighter, the levels got more creative, and the game added new moves like the slide and body slam to give you more options when platforming. You started seeing snow levels, sewer levels, and more varied bosses that kept things fresh, and the game felt bigger while still keeping that fun, goofy Crash steez. For me personally, the boss battles in the game were mad addicting and fun. But also, let's not act like collecting all those gems and crystals was easy. Crash was fun, but it was challenging too, making you run back into levels to grab everything you could, trying to 100% the game just to flex on your folks and homies who couldn't. This next joint is, shall we say, on fire. Spyro the Dragon brought the carefree Nintendo-esque colorful energy to PlayStation at a time when a lot of the games were trying to be dark and edgy. You boot it up and you're hit with those bright open worlds, the playful soundtrack, and a purple dragon that felt cool without even trying. Spyro was about exploration. You had big open levels, gems to collect, dragons to rescue, and enemies to flame breathe and headbutt while you glided around looking for every hidden corner. It wasn't about stressing over survival or pulling off perfect combos. It was about vibes, movement, and clearing out the map while enjoying the ride. The controls were tight, letting you run around with speed and precision, and the glide mechanic felt clean as well, giving you the freedom to explore in a way that other platformers at the time just couldn't match. The worlds were packed with that 90s video game swag, with grassy plains, spooky swamps, and icy mountains, and each area felt different while still keeping that cozy Saturday morning cartoon energy. Spyro's personality shined through too. He was small but fearless, dropping one-liners and standing up to bigger enemies without blinking, making him instantly likable. And with Insomniac's touch, the game ran smooth, looked crisp for its time, and never took itself too serious. That joint was just plain old fun, man. Before Grand Theft Auto, we had a true unique gem that would set the tone for many games going forward. Driver. Driver was that undercover classic that had you feeling like you were in a 70s car chase movie tearing through the city while the cops were on your neck, heavy. Before GTA 3 turned open world driving into the norm, Driver was out here letting you freely explore cities while doing missions that actually made you feel like a getaway driver. You played as Tanner, an undercover cop, but let's be real, you were there for the driving. Those physics were clean for the time, with the car weight, drifting around corners, dodging traffic, and hitting handbrake turns through tight alleys while sirens were wailing behind you. And let's not act like the opening tutorial in the parking garage didn't have you stuck for a hot minute. That list of stunts you had to pull off just to get out of the garage was the first test to see if you really had the skills to play this game. And once you cleared it, you felt legit, because you really had to earn it, man.
God damn, you the man. We gonna need you.
The missions were intense, whether tailing a car without being spotted, escaping a setup, or getting to a location before the timer ran out. The cities, Miami, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York were open playgrounds letting you roam, practice stunts, and just vibe while pushing your stolen ride to the limit. Driver brought that cinematic, high-speed car chase energy to PlayStation, letting players live out their action movie dreams and setting the stage for the open world crime games that would come after it.
Promise you that. Good luck, driver. Welcome to Twisted Metal.
The infamous Twisted Metal 2 was that pure chaos on PlayStation that turned your living room into a demolition derby with you and your homies yelling over each other while trying to blow each other up in ice cream trucks and monster cars. This wasn't some casual racer. This was vehicular combat, to the likes of which we had never saw before this series hit the streets. You had Sweet Tooth in his flaming ice cream truck. You had Mr. Grimm on his deadly motorcycle, and other wild characters with backstories darker than you expected, all fighting for a wish from the sinister Calypso that you knew was gonna go sideways if you won. The levels were legendary. Paris with the Eiffel Tower you could blow up, Los Angeles with rooftops that you could jump across, and the Moscow level that felt like it was begging you to cause destruction. Every stage was packed with hidden areas, health pickups, and those clutch weapons that could flip a match in your favor if you grabbed them first. The controls were tight enough to let you drift, dodge, and pull off sharp turns while launching missiles, laying mines, and using each vehicle's unique special attacks to your advantage. And the multiplayer? Dangerous, bruh, I swear. This was the game that had your boys beefing for weeks after a dirty win. Twisted Metal 2 turned PlayStation into the go-to console for wild, over-the-top action, giving players a chance to cause mayhem and live out their demolition derby dreams with style. It had more edge than Mario Kart and appealed to the classic American action movie appetite. I wish we could have an open-world version of it today. That would be wild as hell. But yo, we might just get that before GTA 6. Grand opening, grand closing. We just ran through some of the real culture shifters that gave the PlayStation its soul. These were some of the forgotten gems that gave us unforgettable moments, games that made you pull all-nighters, pull up to your homie's crib with your memory card in your pocket, and catch yourself humming the soundtracks while you were walking to school, skating sessions in Tony Hawk, vibing with Parappa The Rapper, and wilding out in Twisted Metal and getting lost in Symphony of the Night. These games brought energy, fun, and a different type of memory that you could still feel when you hear that PS1 startup. These titles proved that PlayStation wasn't all hype. It had depth, character, and richness, and a lot of diversity. So if you rocked with this, come on man, hit that like, sub if you haven't, and drop your favorite PlayStation memories in the comments. Next up, we're gonna hit you with the story of the PS1. You ain't gonna wanna miss this one at all, so get ready. Catch you on the next one. Until then, keep winning.